Antonio starts right now.
A ladies' night gets out of hand when the night ends with gunfire and a collision. The details straight ahead.
Yeah, let's take a live look out at the Alamo City. We are still in the 20s. The sun is out, so when is the heat going to turn on? We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey in just a few moments. But until then, good morning. 8 o'clock this Sunday, February 6th. All right, so yesterday we saw the heat rise up throughout the progression of the show.
Yeah, it was nice yesterday afternoon.
This morning, though, we're still in the 20s.
Someone needs to turn the heater on.
Well, guys, I mean, the sun just came out, okay?
Give it a break.
Give it a couple of minutes because it's quickly going to warm
Sarah
up
Spivey,
here.
defender of the sun.
I am. I'm going to defend it because it's going to be nice and close to 60 degrees this afternoon after this cold start out there. Yeah, it is cold outside right now. It's 29 degrees. We've got a wind from the west-northwest at 5, so it feels like it's 24. Elsewhere, it's 22 in Helotes, 28 at JBSA Randolph, 28 in New Braunfels, but it is just above freezing in Devine, 23 in Kerrville, 24 in Bandera, and 27 at Bernie Stage Airfield. Again, don't doubt the forecast. The sun is out, and it's going to be warm soon. In the afternoon, it'll be pleasant near 60 degrees, but first, we got to get through the morning. It'll be chilly this morning. We'll be in the 40s by 10, 50s by noon, 60 degrees for the high temperature. Hey, coming up in the forecast, we're actually going to do an analysis of how this past week's ice event compares to February 2021's winter storm. You're going to want to stick around for that. And of course, I'll have a look at your forecast. A lot of sun in the next 7 days. Max.
Thank you, Sarah. In your top stories, a night out goes from bad to worse for a group of women. Police say it all started to take a turn for the worst after the group was thrown out of a party.
It's what happened as they were leaving that now has them facing charges. Our Jonathan Cotto is live on the city's west side with the details. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Max. We're right here where it all happened. Police telling us those 4 women were just planning a Saturday night and it ended, well, not exactly the way it wanted to. Let's take a look at what that scene looked like overnight. It happened just before 1 o'clock this morning. The party they were at wasn't over, but they had to go. And according to police, they were kicked out, and apparently they weren't happy about that. San Antonio police say the women were at a party on West Salinas here on the west side. That's just west of downtown near Commerce Street and I-10. It's still unclear exactly why they were kicked out, but they certainly let everyone know the night was not over. Now, the 4 women got into a car and shot several shots into the air and sped away from the scene. Just moments after that, they were T-boned right here where I'm standing here on the corner of West Salinas, and this is where it all happened. I did have an opportunity to speak with neighbors who say they heard 4 gunshots go off, and then they heard the crash, that car impacting this tree right here, going head on with this tree after they were T-boned by an SUV. We have learned that the 2 people inside that SUV were not hurt. They are expected to be okay. Only the driver out of the 4 women was taken to BAMC. She's also expected to be okay. But right now, all have been taken into custody. They are pending multiple charges. But I just want to reiterate, folks here say this isn't the first time this has happened. Just a couple times, they highlighted a couple times last year, drunk drivers have gone through the house right there to the right. And they say this tree right here has saved this home multiple times from being destroyed by drunk drivers who have just gone over the curve and into this property right here. But again, this case remains under investigation. And again, those 4 women, they're in custody this morning. And again, they're pending multiple charges. Reporting from the west side, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Jonathan. Also new this morning, a man in the hospital after police tell us he was shot 2 times while fixing a flat tire. All of this unfolding on the east side. This happened just after 3 this morning outside of Circle K on South Cross and WW White. Police on the scene telling us a man was with a woman as he was fixing the tire. The woman's ex-boyfriend apparently walked up and police say started shooting. The victim was shot in the leg and the foot. He was taken to the hospital. Police say the suspect took off in a beige-colored vehicle. Now, officers questioned the woman. Police still investigating. At last check, no arrests have been made.
Well, new information has been released in a deadly shooting during a child custody exchange. The name of the father killed has now been released. He has been identified as 20-year-old Lazar Brown Dunnigan. Police say he was dropping off his child to the mother. During that drop-off, police say that he and the mother's new boyfriend allegedly got into an argument when things escalated. The boyfriend is accused of shooting and killing Dunnigan. Police are still looking for that suspect.
All right, we are still in the fight against COVID. So happening tomorrow, Metro Health scheduled a pop-up clinic for anyone to get their COVID vaccine, their booster shot, or just a flu shot. It'll be held at East Central's High School's Performing Arts Center. It starts at 11 a.m. It goes till 4 p.m. All 3 COVID vaccines are available for eligible children and eligible adults. Kids 5 and older can get the Pfizer vaccine. Kids 12 and older can get the Pfizer booster shot. As for Moderna and Johnson & Johnson vaccines, you have to be at least 18 years old. All right, February is American Heart Month, so during this time, it is important to better understand, prevent, and treat heart disease. Heart disease, the leading cause of death across our country, and the CDC says heart disease refers to several types of heart conditions.
So joining us in today's Leading SA segment is Dr. Don Way, cardiac surgeon at UT Health San Antonio. Dr. Way, thank you so much for making time for us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
First and foremost, what is heart disease and who does it affect?
Well, as you said, the first thing to know about heart disease is that it is the leading cause of death in the United States, and that's true for both men and women. Heart disease is a general term for any condition that affects the function or the structure of the heart, and most people are familiar with the most common type of heart disease, coronary heart disease, which is what causes heart attacks. People who are more prone to have heart disease are those who have diabetes, high blood pressure, who have used tobacco, or who have a strong family history of heart disease. But we know that heart disease can affect people that don't have any of those risk factors.
So, Dr. Way, as a physician, what effects have you seen on people's heart health during the pandemic when it comes to lifestyle choices and staying active?
That's a very timely question. What we've seen in the last 2 years is that pandemic-related changes in lifestyle have caused many of us to become more sedentary, myself included. Activities like meetings, classes, interviews like this that used to be in person are now online. So people are sitting still for much longer and being less active. And because of social distancing, our hobbies have shifted from more active social events to sedentary activities like watching television or having virtual get-togethers. We know that 80% of cardiovascular deaths are preventable with changes in lifestyle, and physical activity is one of the most powerful ways that we can do that.
All right, so speaking of physical activity, what are some recommendations for people trying to get back on track before it's too late?
Yes, not only is physical activity important for heart health, it has really strong positive effects for mental health, which is so important during this pandemic. We recommend at least 30 minutes of moderate activity daily. And getting physical doesn't require a gym. There are many creative ways to use your environment, such as using the stairs in your building, walking in your neighborhood. San Antonio has a great system of parks and greenway trails. And with cold weather, indoors you can walk or run in place or do jumping jacks. If you have children or grandchildren, playing tag or dancing to music with them are great family activities. And it's a great way to help set those habits early for the little ones.
Okay, so what are some warning signs of heart disease and, what tests do we need to get done? For example, like what age should you start getting your cholesterol levels checked?
Good questions. Most people know the chest pain as a warning sign of a possible heart attack, but actually I think more common, especially in this region, are more subtle signs of heart disease. And these include feeling short of breath, either with activity or with laying down, feeling tired with daily activity, swelling in the legs or ankles, and sometimes heart disease can mimic other conditions like heartburn or asthma. So if you're being treated for those conditions but continue to have symptoms, it's important to have your doctor rule out heart disease. These days, through technology, we have more and more medical tests, and many of them are non-invasive. A stress test is a good way to pick up, but it's not always doesn't always detect heart disease. There are guidelines for having cholesterol checked. Usually at the age of 40 is when you begin screening. But again, if you have a very strong family history or certain risk factors, it may be important to get those checked earlier. And talking to your doctor is the best way to get answers to those questions.
I'm glad you brought up family history because, it can be in your family history. So anyone can get heart disease, right? It's not just someone who's overweight or, has been sedentary for a long time.
That's right. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of scientific breakthroughs and understanding of these things. But I tell my patients, you could do everything right. You could eat a healthy diet, be active, have no family history, never smoke, And for some reason, people that fit that profile still have heart disease.
So it's always important to continue to get those tests and checkups. Dr. Wei, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, time now is 8:10, 29 degrees out.
All right, Max, what's the Senior Bowl?
All right, so the Senior Bowl is some of the best college athletes, college football players from across the country coming together, playing in a game, and the goal is to really show off your talent before the draft, before the combine. We had 2 UTSA players in this year's Senior Bowl. We're going to highlight them and show you what you may have missed.
All right, and later on GMSA, some elementary kids get into a food fight with administrators, and the kids win. It's not what you think. That's coming up.
Plus, if you're looking to buy a new or used vehicle, it's going to cost you more than you think. We've been talking about this for a while. How long will these price hikes last?
29 degrees out there. Now, early this morning when I left my house, I did have some frost on my grass. Sarah Spivey says the sun is out. Give it some time. Let's be patient with it. She'll explain when we come back.
Good morning, welcome back, and happy Sunday. So we are 1 month into the new year, and prices on both new and old vehicles, they are not going down.
Yeah, it's hard to get a car right now, and experts predict those prices could stick around for much of 2022. In today's Consumer Watch, what's driving up the cost and how soon could buyers catch a break?
A shortage of parts, limited production, and surging demand for both new and used cars. It's all driving consumers to pay record sky-high prices for those few cars that dealerships have available.
Driving that is some of the shift toward trucks and SUVs and higher contented vehicles. But at the same time, because of this lack of inventory, dealers are not required to discount at all.
According to J.D. Power, the average transaction price for a new car was over $45,000 last December. That's up 29% from 2019. And according to Edmunds, prices for used cars ended the year with an average price of nearly $30,000. That's up 29% from a year earlier.
If you were trying to find a reasonably priced used car, because the car you have is just conked out, it's going to be much difficult.
So when can buyers catch a break? Experts say availability could start to increase as production starts to come back online and the supply of car parts improves.
It's not just microchips that we're seeing shortages of. We're seeing resin used in paint, we're seeing tire shortages, and even wiring harnesses, and on and on.
J.D. Power forecasts the average wholesale price of used cars could fall about 9% from the fourth quarter of 2021 to the fourth quarter of this year. But that won't get prices to where they were before the pandemic.
In 2023, we'll expect prices to start to come down, but I don't expect to see a return to the old days.
For today's Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
All right, it's a story we've obviously been talking about for a while.
I'm keeping my car, hopefully as long as possible.
I got a 2012 Jeep. I'm just going to see how long it can last.
Yes. Sarah, I know y'all were looking at cars too.
Yeah. We have 2 very used vehicles and need 2 cars, but...
Breaking news, we're in the 30s.
Hey, we're in the 30s. Yeah, you know, I thought that it would be good to start the forecast by comparing the last ice event that we had last week to a year ago, the epic winter storm of February 2021. Keep in mind that last year we were below freezing during the winter storm for 4.5 days, and the official number at the San Antonio airport this last week was 26 hours. As far as frozen precipitation goes, we had crippling ice and snow last year, and around San Antonio, really only some light ice accumulation, a maximum of a 1/4 inch Thursday morning. Of course, the storm had a higher impact in the hill country and especially out toward Kerrville, but in San Antonio, just some light ice accumulation. And as far as cold goes, back in 2021, we got down to 9 degrees with a wind chill of -8. This past week, our lowest temperature was 21 degrees with a wind chill of 10 degrees. That's a pretty big difference. You know, that's about a 15 to 20 degree temperature difference. And to put that in contrast for you, that's like if we had a 75 degree day versus a 90 degree day. So quite a bit warmer this past week, although, you know, it was very, very cold, just not at all like last year's big weather event. Outside right now, temperatures are rising. We're at 9 degrees rather, with a wind chill at 24. You know, that's up from this morning's low. And as you can see, it's already above freezing in Devine. By the time we get to 9 o'clock, we're going to be above freezing in San Antonio. 27 at Bernie Stage Airfield, 22 in Comfort, 26 in Kerrville, and 24 in Bandera. A wider view, it's above freezing in Del Rio right now, but all in all, a cold morning. We got down to about 27 degrees in San Antonio, and that's 15 degrees colder than seasonably average. So a very chilly and frosty morning. But because we're seeing abundant sunshine out there, you can expect an even warmer day than what we dealt with yesterday. Yesterday, we got up to about 52, 53 degrees, and today we'll be close to 60 for the afternoon high. It's really going to be gorgeous out there after the morning hours because it is still chilly out there. High temperatures going to be near 66 in Del Rio, so mid-60s the further west you go. All right, we'll already be at 45 at 10, 53 at noon, 59 for the afternoon high temperature, south winds at 5 miles per hour. After the sun sets tonight at around 6:15, we're going to quickly see temperatures cool down. We'll be back in the mid-40s by 10 o'clock. Okay, so tomorrow morning, we do anticipate another cold start. But here's the thing. I think we'll be above freezing in San Antonio. We're forecasting 36 for tomorrow morning's low. And even though there could be a few nooks and crannies around Bexar County that touch freezing, we do not anticipate a hard freeze like what we've been dealing with the last few mornings. Up in the hill country, though, temperatures will get down into the 20s. And then smooth sailing this week. We're going to be seeing temperatures climb back to the seasonable average of 66 by Wednesday. And then looking into the weekend, temperatures will actually rebound into the 70s. Now, with the nice weather, it comes at the cost of chances for rain. There's no chance for rain really across a good portion of Texas and really across a good portion of the United States this week. It's going to be a dry week for many folks, including us here in San Antonio. We got some good rain before the ice Wednesday night, but it wasn't enough to really put major dent in the drought. Max and Sarah.
All right. Look at that, though. Perfect car wash weather.
Yeah.
Oh, great idea.
Oh, look at that.
Something to do.
All right, so I take it yesterday you didn't make it to watch the Senior Bowl.
No, but you're going to tell me about it.
I am going to tell you about it. I made it yesterday. I'm not going to lie. It was right after work. We had too many tamales here. Shout out to Frank who brought in food. I fell asleep for a little bit, but San Antonio made its presence known yesterday at the Senior Bowl. 2 UTSA Roadrunners making history. Cornerback Tariq Woolen and offensive lineman Spencer Burford became the second and third players to represent UTSA at the Senior Bowl, meaning this is the first ever Senior Bowl to host multiple Roadrunners on the roster. Their American team trailed the national team late in the fourth quarter. That is when Baylor safety J.T. Woods called the game. He picked off quarterback. Oh, Bailey Zappi. Western Kentucky guy. He set a record this year. It was fantastic. But either way, he got picked off. Perfect way for the Steel alum to finish out an incredible national team victory, 20-10. And if you have an itch to watch more football, don't worry. We got the Pro Bowl today, 2 p.m. Played at Allegiant Stadium in Vegas at 2 p.m. And there is a few Cowboys on the roster. So there you go. Don't forget to tune in. Instant Replay tonight. The sports guys will be covering all these games and so much more. Instant Replay, 11 p.m. right after the night beat. And got to talk about my guy, Micah Parsons, Cowboys. He's at, the Pro Bowl conglomeration of all the players. He did a race the other day.
Okay.
And he raced some of the fast guys in the NFL, and he won. He was like clearly, noticeably, something like that. Noticeably the biggest guy in the race. So shout out Micah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, good for him. All right, 8:22, 31 degrees out.
All right, you can take their desserts and recess time away, but don't take their chocolate milk away. What these kids did to keep it on their school's menu.
Good morning, welcome back. Interesting story to tell you about. School administrators at one California school, they had to deal with a student walkout. And the reason, chocolate milk.
Don't mess with their chocolate milk. The school district recently made a move to remove the drink from the lunchtime menu because of its high sugar content. This happened at a K-8 school in Sacramento, California. The news caught students off guard, but they rallied back quick enough and organized a walkout.
All right, so with signs in hand, they walked out of class demanding chocolate milk be put back on the menu. A district official says they've come to a compromise with the students. Chocolate milk is coming back to lunchtime, but only for one day every other week.
Balance. It's all about balance.
It is about balance. Good for them kids. The kids.
I know.
Yeah. All right. 8:26, 31 degrees out.
All right. Celebrating the Super Bowl this year, you may want to do a head count before you go to the store because inflation is adding to your party cost.
True. And we are live on the west side, a neighborhood that just saw a crazy crash overnight. We have the latest. Jonathan Cotto join us live in just a bit. Good morning and happy Sunday. I'm Max Massey.
I'm Sarah Costa. It's Sunday, February 6th, and it feels like February, 32 degrees.
It's 32 though. Throughout the morning we've been high 20s.
We've been in the 20s, so this
Sarah
is a good
Spivey
thing.
has been telling us, be patient. The sun is out. It's going to warm up.
Give it time.
That's what the sun does. It warms us up. Meteorology 101 this morning. But yeah, it is still cold out there though right now. Take a look at temperatures around the area. Still below freezing in New Braunfels, 32 in Gonzales, now at 32 in Pleasanton, 25 in Hondo, 26 in Kerrville. Hey, guess what though? We do have a bit of a wind from the north right now. It's not all that strong, only 5 miles per hour, but it makes it feel like it's 24 in San Antonio, makes it feel like it's 18 in Hondo. So we do have a bit of a wind chill. It's cold out there right now. Bundle up, but by this afternoon, look at the forecast. High temperatures will be near 60 degrees this afternoon in San Antonio and in the mid 60s out west toward Del Rio, mid 50s in the hill country and up that I-35 corridor. All right, so what's up with the weather? That quick warm up today, which I just talked about. Mornings will be chilly, but progressively warmer in the coming days. And we do have a dry forecast. And if you're wondering, hey, when do we usually see the last freeze of the season? I've got an answer to that coming up in just a bit. Max and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. A crash early this morning has 4 women facing charges and a West Side homeowner in need of some repairs.
Jonathan Cotto joining us live on West Salinas on the city's west side with more. Jonathan, what can you tell us?
Good morning, Max and Sarah. I'm here located on the city's west side where that accident, that crash took place here, exactly where I'm standing now. It was a night out for 4 women who didn't exactly anticipate ending the way it did. Let's take a look at what that scene looked like overnight. We know San Antonio police responded to the scene just before 1 o'clock this morning. They say they were at a party. The party wasn't over, but they had to go. And apparently they weren't happy about that. San Antonio police say the women were at that party on West Salinas. That's west of downtown near Commerce Street and I-10. It's still unclear exactly why they were kicked out, but they certainly let everyone know the night was not over. The 4 women got into a car and shot several rounds off into the air and sped away from the scene. And just moments after, they were T-boned by an SUV that was driving on North Colorado. That's right here. If we can pull out of that VO, we can show you here a little bit what that damage looked like. Again, those 4 women jumped into their car from a home on this street, which is West Salinas, shot several rounds into the air. Neighbors here tell me they heard at least 4 shots last night. Shortly after, they ran into this home right here, this stop sign. You can just see the amount of damage this home has received. The stop sign completely uprooted from the ground. Now, another interesting fact, Max and Sarah's neighbors here say this isn't the first time something like this has happened on this street. And this tree right here, pretty much being a life-saving barrier for the homeowners right here. They say a number of cars have crashed into their property at least twice before this incident overnight. And I also want to show you a little bit of just the amount of debris here. Neighbors say they've never seen the amount of SAPD units that were out here. They say they saw at least 8 to 10 San Antonio police units here. And the 4 women ran, all except the driver. And we do know the driver was sent to BAMC. She's expected to be okay. The 2 passengers in the SUV that T-boned that car, they are expected to be okay as well. This morning, those 4 women have been taken into custody and are pending multiple charges. Reporting live from the city's west side, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Jonathan. A man on the run accused of taking part in a murder-for-hire plot in another state has been arrested right here in Texas. According to the FBI, 54-year-old Darren Christopher Starr was charged after he turned himself over to authorities in Hondo yesterday morning. Federal officials say law enforcement agencies were looking for Starr after someone shot and killed his former sister-in-law outside of her home back in November of 2017. In Coffee County, Alabama, right now the sheriff's office from that county is on its way to Texas to take Starr into custody and take him back to Alabama.
Well, the search continues this morning for the person accused of shooting a man during an argument in Elmendorf yesterday afternoon. So the incident happened outside the Dollar General on New Mathis Road near I-37 and Priest Road. According to the sheriff's office, a 48-year-old man got into an argument with another customer at the Dollar General. They continued to argue as they left the store. Things escalated. The customer pulled out a gun and shot the victim in the stomach. Now, that victim taken to BAMC at last check in serious condition. The suspect took off before deputies got to the scene. At last check, no arrests have been made.
Family on the north side woke up yesterday to find out they had been robbed. The Robinson family are competitive go-karters and were preparing to compete this weekend. Instead, a thief got away with 4 of their racing carts, equipment, and tools the couple uses in their contracting business. The truck itself also used for work.
So it brings the money in and feeds the family and allows us to have these other things that now we don't.
An SAPD officer wrote a report and encouraged the couple to file a claim with their insurance. In total, they estimate their loss to be over $100,000. So if you're trying to figure out your Super Bowl spread, you might be paying more for a lot of items this year.
ABC's Deirdre Bolton has some tips that could save you money at the store.
You know about World War II, those who fought against Hitler and his Axis alliance.
Hey, we got a job. Let's get this done.
But you've probably never heard of a battalion of black women raising the morale of millions of servicemen overseas. It was just after D-Day in 1944. Allied troops were rapidly moving through Europe, and millions of pieces of undelivered mail for America's armed forces were piling up.
We helped each other. We worked with each other.
Retired Major Fanny Griffin McClendon of the Women's Army Corps, now 101 years old, was a supervisor in the 6888 Central Postal.
All right, technical difficulty there, but we're going to have that story on KSAT.com. So in your national headlines, Queen Elizabeth marking the eve of her Platinum Jubilee with a special reception, and she issued a request. She wants her daughter-in-law Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, be known as Queen Consort when her son Charles succeeds her as king. Queen Elizabeth marked the eve of her Platinum Jubilee with a special reception. She issued that request, and honestly, this is a big deal.
It is a big deal because
I don't want to say she's the oldest, but she is the person. She's lasted, I think, 70 years in her position.
Well, it's also a big deal because of everything that has gone on with the royal family.
Right, and this is the first time the Queen has publicly addressed her daughter-in-law's role in the future monarchy. She welcomed members of the local community, volunteer groups to her private residence in Norfolk. And look at that, a majestic time.
The Queen is how old now? 90?
95, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Looks great.
Amazing.
Time now, 8:38, 32 degrees out.
We have some local high school basketball highlights.
Yes, some of the best top-tier teams and talent in and around our area. We're going to have highlights next.
All right.
Oh, this is Jeff Bezos' bridge. So they have to reassemble a bridge to get Jeff Bezos' super yacht to get through it. We're going to explain. It's just
money talks, Max. Money talks. 32 degrees at 8:38 this morning. There's that sun. It's beautiful. And Sarah Spivey says it's going to be warming us up later throughout the day. She'll have our full forecast when we come back.
Good morning. Coming up on This Week, after that stunning rebuke of Donald Trump by Mike Pence and the RNC censure of 2 GOP lawmakers, our political panel analyzes the future of the Republican Party. Plus, we travel to Arizona to examine how election integrity has become a central campaign issue in critical midterm races. And as 3,000 U.S. troops deploy to Eastern Europe, we'll speak with National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan and top House Republican Michael McCaul about the standoff between Russia and Ukraine. It's all coming up on This Week.
All right, you're going to want to look up and watch this video. A quick acting officer is credited with saving a young girl from being hit by a car, and it was all caught on camera. So this happened in Maryland. So you can see the officer there in orange and the child about to cross. So the moment a car right there about to drive through the sidewalk, that officer pulling that student to safety and took the brunt of the impact. She only suffered minor injuries. Now the town is working to honor her bravery and swift action.
All right, so this is a story we've been talking about through the morning. A big expensive toy for Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. It could force a Dutch town to dismantle their historic bridge. So this is the bridge. This is a video shot by Dutch Yachting. It is a 138-yard ship reportedly owned by Bezos. Yes, 138 yards. The shipbuilder is requesting the city remove the central section of their historic bridge City officials say they have to consider preserving the bridge's structure, the impact to the environment, and the local economy before they approve the permit to completely dismantle their historic bridge. The shipbuilder would also be responsible for paying for the bridge to be dismantled.
What does Bezos have to say about any of this?
I think he just wants his boat.
He just wants. When you have that level of money,
I want my boat at all costs.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that he would be paying for the bridge to go up and down.
I just hope that the bridge isn't, impacted.
Well, I mean, it would be
historical.
dismantled, yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Turn to weather, 33, so we're like right at that freezing point.
Yeah, we are starting to get above freezing locally around San Antonio, but temperatures at the top of the hour showed that we were still in the 20s. So the sun is working. It's warming us up for sure. Let's go ahead and take a look outside. We've got complete sunshine right now, and it does feel a little colder than it is outside right now, though, because we do have a light wind from the northwest at about 5 miles per hour. So it actually feels like it's in the low to mid 20s. Now, something to keep in mind, a lot of people ask me is when do we see our last freeze of the season? When can I totally keep my plants outside and be safe? Well, over the coming days, we're going to be seeing a gradual rise in morning lows. Tomorrow morning, I don't anticipate a freeze in San Antonio, but by Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, we could have a light freeze. But by the weekend, temperatures will be back up into the 40s. Our average last freeze in San Antonio is February 24th. So toward the end of February. Up in the hill country, it's toward the end of March. And we have had years where freezes have lasted well into March, and even San Antonio's latest freeze was on April 3rd. So it is entirely possible for us to have a freeze outside of February 24th, but that was all the way back in 1987. Outside right now, it's 29 in San Antonio, 28 in New Braunfels, 29 in Kerrville, but temperatures are on the rise. It's already above freezing in Pleasanton, 33 in Uvalde, 34 in Del Rio, and at the airport right now it's 33 degrees. So temperatures are indeed warming up. It's cold across the entire state of Texas. A lot of Texas has been on ice. There's been a snowpack in North Texas, but things are improving from yesterday. I mean, yesterday morning Amarillo was in the teens. Now they're just right near freezing. So things are slowly improving as we get a quiet weather pattern settling over Texas. Nothing but sunshine here for us today. There is a cold front, though, working its way through the Panhandle. This is a very weak front, though. We really don't have to worry about a massive drop in temperatures from this. Here's what it's going to do. We'll be looking at sunshine today and a high temperature, really pleasant, close to about 60 degrees this afternoon, in the mid 60s out toward Del Rio, Eagle Pass, and even in the mid 50s in the hill country. So we are going to warm up nicely today. That front's going to move through. It's not going to bring any rain to San Antonio, but it is going to bring some rain to the Rio Grande Valley. And really, honestly, that front's just going to make it feel a little bit more breezy by tomorrow morning. We'll have winds gusting from the north up to about 20 to 25 miles per hour. So just a subtle change there for us, and subtle changes are the name of the game in the week ahead, because it's really going to be quiet with very little chance for rain. All right, today's forecast, as I mentioned, total sunshine will already be in the 40s by 10, so pretty steep increase in temperatures in just like an hour or so. And then by noon, we'll be at 53, 60 for the high temperature this afternoon, and temperatures will really plummet after sunset. We'll be looking at temperatures in the low 40s by midnight. South winds at 5 miles per hour. By the start of the morning tomorrow, as I mentioned, I don't anticipate an official freeze in San Antonio. We'll probably get down to the mid 30s, but in the nooks and crannies and valleys around Bexar County, we definitely could at least briefly touch freezing. Here's the thing, though. We're not going to be seeing the hard freezes like what we've been seeing the last couple of mornings. So freeze with temperatures in the 20s possible in the hill country. And then looking ahead, it'll be nice in the week ahead, but very little to no, in fact, no chance for rain over the next 7 days. Just sunshine, and we'll be back up into the mid to upper 60s by Wednesday, 70s by Friday. Max, Sarah.
Sarah Spivey, thank you so much. Look at that, 8:48, and we are moving up on the thermometer. But you know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time to talk sports. Let's see what we got. We got some high school hoops to tell you about. Ooh, number of huge matchups taking place at Northside Sports Gym yesterday. We're going to start off 11-1 Brennan taking on 9-4 O'Connor. The Panthers in the lead late in the third. Jalen Munoz kicking out Joshua Moreno. Quarter three, that is good. They would lead 46-38, but the Bears roar back. Camden, Cowgill, catch and release from beyond the arc. Knocks down 2 threes. Brennan cuts the lead down to 2 heading into the fourth quarter. Both teams trading buckets. Daniel back out to Muniz for 3 and got it. 51-49, a barn burner right here. Kingston Fleming's knocking down the pull-up jumper. Regulation not enough. Both teams tied at 57 heading to OT. Look at that beautiful drive and finish. He had a game-high 27 points. Then check out the beautiful cross-court pass. Jacob Peebles for the dagger 3. Hand in his face. Panthers stun the Bears 71-63.
We were trying to be as physical as we can with them, especially because, we're definitely undersized. We don't really have that many bigs, but I'm proud of the way we fought. Me and the team and the coaches, we all fought on defense hard, and we were able to get the stops we needed, and then we were able to get the clutch buckets in the end. And free throws definitely a key part of the game that helped us win this game.
Always about clutch buckets. Panthers back on the court Wednesday night, 7:30, take on Stevens at Paul Taylor Fieldhouse. All right, a lot more action to tell you about. Holmes and Harlan. On to the next one. Huskies jump out to an early lead. Christopher, look at that. Gets a step, drives right to the rim, scoop in, and that's 2 points. 5-0 Holmes, but the Hawks, they swoop in. Kalen Hargrove battles his way inside the paint, layup, and then boom, beautiful pass. Jay Sibley, pull-up jumper, so smooth. Holmes stuns the Hawks 52-49, grabbing their second district win. We are far from done. Round 2 between Antonian and Central Catholic at St. Mary's University, as seen on the BGC app, courtesy of Texas Sports Productions. This one's a 5-point game, fourth quarter. Off the miss, Ramirez grabbing the board, puts it back in. As the Apaches by 7. A few plays later, Xavier Martinez drives, stops, hits for 2 of his 27. Antonian sweeps the buttons 81-67. Look at that.
Wow.
I love high school and college hoops.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. I wish I could dunk. Here we are. 8:50, 33 degrees out.
All right, tomorrow in GMSA, Justin Horn taking us underground to explain why rapid development in the area county has so many worried about Edwards Aquifer. That's tomorrow.
That is awesome. And we're excited this week. KSAT debuting a new live stream program featuring our own Steve Spreeser and Stefania Jimenez. Breakdown is what the new show is called. It's going to give an in-depth look at major issues affecting the people of San Antonio, Bexar County, and our surrounding communities.
So the first episode is Wednesday, February 9th at 7 p.m. Stefania and Steve look at changes made as a result of last year's winter storm that brought Texas to a standstill.
Breakdown will be available on all of KSAT's digital platforms. But for us, we'll be right back. Some news you need to know before you go. A getaway attempt by a group of women goes wrong. Their car is T-boned. One of them ends up in the hospital. Police say 4 women were kicked out of a house party on West Salinas on the west side before 1 a.m. Officers say as the women got inside the car, someone in the group started shooting into the air. They tried to drive away. Authorities say that driver ran through a stop sign at Salinas and North Colorado. That vehicle was T-boned by an SUV. The impact of the crash sent the woman's car into a tree. 2 people in the SUV were checked out by EMS. The driver of the vehicle taken to the hospital in stable condition. All 4 women, they were taken into custody. Charges are now pending.
The sun is working. We're at 36 degrees here. Ooh. That's up from our morning low of 27. Temperatures are rising, and we're going to see nothing but sunshine today. So expect temperatures to be near 60 degrees this afternoon for the high. And then looking ahead, we'll be getting back up to near 70 degrees by the week's end. No chance for rain over the next 7 days, unfortunately.
All right, Sarah Spivey, thank you so much. It's funny when 36 is really warm.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
Have a good Sunday.